Oh, shit.
Why are you so sensitive?
You are.
Why are you so sensitive? Answer the question.
Why are you so sensitive?
So fuck the intro today.
Man, you got to give the intro. You have to
Oh,
do
fuck
the intro.
that's the intro right there. That was perfect.
No.
That was perfect. That was phenomenal. Namaste.
Namaste.
This is the Part in the Fade podcast. This is
D.
And this is
Coach Smith.
And I am JeVaughn. Welcome to Chaos. So we starting with you. What makes me so sensitive?
What makes you so sensitive? Why do you act so sensitive? I think it's because of our generation, the way we raised y'all. We were raised under pressure, not under pressure. How about we were raised under stress? So I think of it as, pressure can either bust a pipe or make a diamond. And y'all seem to, y'all bust in a second. Anything go wrong. I got to do two things at one time. I'm stressed out. I can't do it. And I think that's just soft. That's what I think.
I'd have to agree. I agree with D. I grew up pretty much around the same era, during the same era where, parents, kids, associates, everybody just talked to you very stern. Don't get me wrong, not everybody, but people would dance around, but for the most part, people were really direct, and you had to have tough skin for the most part. Yeah.
And we raised our generation that we didn't want them to have that, so we was softer, nicer, and it seems like some cases I'm like, why did we do that? That's because it seemed like sometimes y'all do need to struggle to have a little bit thicker skin. And it don't mean every person. It's just some stuff that it's like, why are you stressing over it?
I do have a question. Why are you so sensitive?
Why are you gay?
Stop it.
Why are you gay?
That's how you're supposed to do it. I didn't get it right. I don't see myself as sensitive. Y'all tell me where I'm sensitive. I can do multiple things at once. 9, 10 things at once. And the ways that y'all talking about y'all was raised, I wasn't raised that way. Mm-hmm. I was yelled at, switches grabbed. Mm-hmm. Tweet, don't grab the wrong one.
Yeah.
I hit shit beat out of me. Caught out the shower. So I don't know what the hell. I thought I got away with it. Nah, I don't know where I'm sensitive. Mm-hmm. I think y'all sensitive. That's what I think. That's
okay,
what the
tell me
is.
how I'm sensitive.
Because y'all get irritated over, I don't know the word, let's say, we are more empathetic, if that's the word, on certain aspects. Mm-hmm. Okay. But that's what y'all taught us to be.
Yes, and I said that's our
And now
fault.
that we are, it's sensitive. Not that I have empathy for the fellow man or somebody on the street or something that's going on. Also, my generation, not that y'all weren't here as well, when it comes to world shit just happening, we going through the most shit.
I don't know about that. We've been through a whole lot of shit.
Now, don't get me wrong, not that we too political on certain stuff. If we would look, when it comes to my generation, we the ones that deal with the most mass shootings. It's to the point that I'm blind. Like, that ain't nothing to me no more. So that for a minute, people will be shocked. Now I'm like, oh, okay. That happened again? It's Tuesday. There's nothing new.
You became numb to it.
We're numb to a lot of stuff.
I think it's become more of a social norm for people to be sensitive. I think it kind of started when during the I could be wrong, during the Bush era where they started with the No Kid Left Behind. And then this whole idea of we're not going to give first place, third place trophies. Everybody gets a trophy.
See, but that's why I agree with you. That's some bullshit.
That
You either win or
just
you lose.
blew my mind, right? but you understand why when they explained it. I didn't agree because of some of the kids' self-esteem, right? Some of the self-esteem issues, I guess, that some of the schools started to see it starting to happen. I believe that's kind of where this all happened. But it also fed. It started to become a monster through social media, because now everybody wants something to say, but then nobody likes people critiquing, right? When that's always been kind of a thing.
The cancel
Cancel culture.
Yep.
The cancel culture.
But
yeah.
see, the thing is, but that's where, and I'm not gonna say everybody, but for me, like I said, my age, I agree with you on certain stuff, in certain aspects y'all speak. You either win or you lose. I wouldn't put my son in a league where everybody get a participation trophy.
But
I'm not doing
that
it.
ain't the point. Now you do is regardless.
Yeah,
most
but
of the time.
that's me though. Like I said, it ain't everybody. Some people they like that participation trophy. Now too, when it comes to certain schools and doing some stuff, builds self-esteem. When I was the last person to get picked on the basketball court every time, that made me go harder because I didn't want to be the last guy picked. That showed me a work ethic. All right, well if I go hard on this, I play better. All right, cool. I ain't gonna be the last guy no more.
Yeah.
Right.
So it teaches you a little something. I could agree with y'all on that.
Right.
But I think a lot of it is too, like you said, okay, y'all raised us to be this way. Well, okay. I was raised to have empathy for a lot. And I do have empathy for a lot in my fellow man and, this, that, and the third. But then now coming from, my parents, everybody else that's in that gap above, we sensitive. And I'm like, well, what you want me to be? You want me to be this hard-ass brick wall all the time?
Yep.
Because I can be. It's not that hard. I can just say, hey, fuck everybody, fuck everything.
Because,
and there's a lot of us out there.
That's our grandfather generation. They that, hey, don't cry, don't do women's stuff. That's that generation. That's how we were raised. So when we see y'all being real sensitive, we're like,
I can say me personally, I got lucky. I had one grandfather that was that way. And I had one grandfather that, in y'all's terms, would be very sensitive. He was cool, spoke to us, did stuff right. You know what people would say, women's work. He did a lot of, when it comes to that side of my family, my grandfather's the one that cooked the most. So it wasn't my grandmother. And then I got the other end on the other end where she cooked the most. And, he didn't really do nothing but work and handle business and, gone about his business. I just recently found out he wouldn't touch kids unless they was like 4 and above. So when he grabbed my child, it was like, everybody was like, oh my God. I was like, what? I'm like, this man got 4, 5 kids. What you mean he don't touch babies? I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing.
so
I think it starts really with the family dynamic. Whether having 2 parents, 1 parent, or you have maybe you have 2 dominating parents, or one dominating parent, or both of them are not very dominant. The way they raise their kids, they're very kind of like, oh, it's okay, which therefore creates
that gentle parenting.
Yeah, that gentle parenting. Growing up, my mom was the mother and the father,
Right.
And she ruled with an iron fist, So I mean, things were said. Hey, you take it for what it is. You knew the thing she said was out of love, and you just moved on,
yeah,
But it doesn't mean that you didn't have feelings, but you
Right.
just knew that, hey, you go out in the world and you see how people are. You're like, well, this ain't nothing. Mom at home is
I
been
agree.
doing that.
I agree.
But, that's I mean, the mother in our age, was the mother and father, because most of the time it wasn't a father off in the situation. And my mother was like, I'm raising a man. I'm not raising no little girl.
Yep.
Your sister is a girl.
Right.
I'm raising a man. Now, take it as you want it. She talked to me bluntly, and still to this day she talks to me that way. And I don't take offense to it. I'm not. It doesn't hurt me any kind of way.
Right.
But it was. We had to grow up faster than what we wanted. I became the man in my house at an early age, so we had to move a certain way. So, I mean, a lot of stuff I don't care about. I mean, I care, but I don't put it out there to show you that I care, because I feel that you're going to take advantage of me when you see my weakness.
No. Ain't nobody perfect. I see that regardless.
No, I ain't say that either.
No, I know that, but I'm just. It feels like what I get from, like, you know, everybody that's above me, y'all's generation, is that it's like y'all try to be as hard and as perfect as possible. And that's like, you know, when, you know, outside looking in, you know, I'm like, damn, you know, I can tell somebody could be hurting, but y'all ain't never gonna say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just gonna be like,
we was raised that way. Hey, keep it in.
But
That
that
ain't
ain't
no
healthy.
talking to no therapist.
That ain't healthy. That's how you have a heart attack.
This is
stroke,
why we have
brain aneurysms.
barbershops, for we could talk to other men. But hey, we're not getting deep into a conversation. Like just a few minutes ago. Hey, we don't talk about that. I mean, if
Bruh, I asked these two how they was doing.
For instance,
Ain't nobody saying that.
we said we was like good. That's it.
I was
That's
just
all
I
you
mean a
need.
little
You
bit
know-
more
you know-
detail. Like when my boy called me and he be like, "Hey, you good? You straight?" I'm like, "Yeah, you straight? What's going on?" He talk about something, you know, something on your mind. What's going on with the wife and the kids? You know, we talk, we have conversations, we get in depth, so that we both have two different experiences that are the same. I have one child, he has three. So he may be dealing with something that I might have dealt with one, that I can give him information, boom, and help him out. So that's why I say you can't fix certain things to get better or grow without attempting to. But I feel y'all see that as sensitivity.
In some cases,
You know what? I go back to social media. People like to post videos or pictures of their lives and all for likes or whatever, clicks or whatever you want to call it. But when people that are really flourishing through the social media, you know, algorithm or whatever you want to call it, start receiving all this information from people, feedback, I think it probably gets a little overwhelming to them, and they get some of those real negative comments, and therefore, what we do by habit, we don't necessarily pay attention to the positive. We start looking at the negative, right? And I think that we become the culture, the community has become, or the world has become more accustomed to that, to where they've just naturally started becoming more sensitive to it. And it's like, oh, well, why are you saying all this and that? Well, because you opened the door for that. And now that you put your business out there and you're getting feedback, what were you expecting? Did you want a pat on the back? Did you want somebody just to be on your side the entire time?
Agree with you the whole time?
It's not gonna happen. Social media has become people's world, right? So you getting real world feedback, that
hurtful feedback.
And I think, and you know, as you see kids, kids in school, high school, or even elementary kid, middle school, committing suicide,
Getting bullied online.
because they don't know how to turn off their phones, or it's not they don't know how to, they don't want to, because they feel that's their life. And I think it's created mentally, it's just created a life of acceptance from this delusional world.
What?
What? You got that?
Yeah, so let me.
Tap dance. Tap dance.
So going off what he said, I think.
He said, what? Talk, speak.
I think the difference between the generations is that they're online and they're getting bullied. we had a face-to-face. I knew my bully. I knew where you lived and everything else.
Yeah, but see, that's people don't realize too though. Y'all are talking about it's just online. Yeah, okay, somebody from Colorado can bully somebody from Texas. But I can tell you 100%, there's been times where somebody would post on my stuff and I'd be in first period with this dude. So you getting it double time. You getting it on your phone and in class. So that's like, I think at 3 o'clock, I'm done with you. I ain't got to deal with you no more. I'm gone. You know, I got home, I'm playing my game. Motherfucker, he still hitting my phone up, posting on my shit. It don't stop. So I can understand for some people.
You know the difference? He would have saw us.
No, everybody saw me no matter what. I ain't gonna apply it down.
No, not saw. Like he would have saw these fists or something.
Yes,
but it has to show up.
I understand there's a 20-year gap in between us. Like there's a 20-year gap. But I remember a conversation we had like 2 weeks ago. I was taught, and we don't know you getting put on it, that you do not swing first in a fight. You do not swing first.
Oh,
that's what I was taught.
Don't let nobody.
I'm a dodge the first one, but once you swing,
that's it.
That's it.
You give them the license.
I am not in trouble when I get to the crib.
Right.
My mom ain't mad at me. My pops ain't mad at me because I tried to bring it down. And then once they swung, do what you got to do.
Right.
That's how I was taught.
I was taught swing first, worry about the consequences later. Hey, I was small. I was small. My mother was like,
too.
Pick up something, whatever you got to do to put them down. And she would be like, did you win? Yes. If I got my butt whooped, okay. You know, did you fight? You didn't run away? Okay. Well, you know, you don't have to deal with those consequences. You know?
Like I said, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with, that situation. But I never swung first. And when I did, not only would I get in trouble in school, I still win the fight, but I knew my mama was going to whoop my ass when I got home. I ain't want that. I ain't want that. I knew I was going to get it from my mama and my daddy. And then make it even worse with my daddy, that was delayed because, he'd be out on the road. So then
2 or 3 days later.
Not even 3 weeks later, You like, hey, Dad, you like, I'm like, God damn, that happened a month ago. So, I think we know it isn't the vast majority. I will agree with y'all that a lot of stuff is sensitive. And I think that comes from, I think a lot of y'all sensitive. I think everybody's sensitive in a way. But I think it's also your household, how you was upbringing. Some people come from 2-parent households, some people come from single-parent household. Some people go through a way of life differently than others.
Well, I told you the way me and my wife was raised was totally different. I can count on one hand how many times my mother and grandmother and people in my family hugged each other. I got around my wife's family and they hugged all the time, and I was like, get away from me. Why are y'all hugging me? It was it was weird to me.
That wasn't uncommon to me because that's how you greet your family.
No.
I didn't grow up like that.
But then too, like I said, I'm fortunate though. I'm very fortunate, and I'm thankful for it. I'm blessed that I had both sets of my grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. I'm blessed. I got a big family, and I'm blessed on that aspect. Some people don't, like you said, but that was common to me. But I think also too, I know the differences with having two different cultures. There was a switch up when we would go to certain houses, and that would, that kind of taught me code switching. That kind of. There's a certain way I talk over there, a certain way I do things over there. But I think everybody in a way has gotten too sensitive. I think some stuff is just way too sensitive. And I think it's location of where you're raised, how you're raised, what you're around. Because as much as you don't like it, I say he from the country. He say he not, but, he from the country.
Kind of, but not really.
He from the country. Versus me, I'm a city boy. It's up and come, but all I've known is city. I ain't, I'm from the city, so I deal with more walks of life and more situations.
So when we talk, all of us, I think we all have triggers, right, that causes a level of sensitivity, right? Because when we talk about being sensitive, let's just say it's more of something, maybe it's a self-esteem thing. It might be something traumatic that's happened to us in our lives that just all of a sudden that memory came back, and then all of a sudden it paralyzes you just for a second, or causes a reaction in your body where you might get mad or sad or just want to cry, you know. But I think now, you know, let's talk about as far as men wise. Now you see it on the internet. You know, now we got a lot of feminine men walking around.
What you expect?
Right. But that's the thing, and it's like, is this a result of all of that? Because we have a lot of people that's dealing with things that it's just it created. I don't want to say created a mindset. Hey, you know, you are who you are. You know, I don't want to criticize nobody, but when I
get canceled, right?
Yeah, I don't want to, you know, but it's just because I just didn't grow up like that, and to see this phenomena go on, it's just like, what the heck is going on? Like, what's really going on? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I say, I think that's the difference. Ain't none of my business. Ain't none of my business. Why I gotta care? Why am I gonna waste my time, energy, and care? Do what you want to do over there. It ain't affecting me.
Yeah, you're right.
The same way the Lord gave me the eyes to see. I can either choose to look at this, focus on it, or I can just do what I do. So to me, it don't bother me. I just look the other way. Hey, do what you want to do. That's y'all over there.
Yeah.
This me over here. That's y'all over there. So
You got jokes.
over there. But you know, that's so it's like, I don't know, but I think like I said, I think we're more empathetic. I believe that, okay, yeah, we can say we're more sensitive to certain aspects. But I think at the end of the day, that was kind of y'all's goal to an degree. Because like I said, it's not hard for me to brick wall. Yeah. I could brick wall and not care about nothing and just go about my life that way. And like it's with raising my son and being a parent now, I'm hard as hell on him. And, my wife doesn't understand it. She doesn't get it. But I understand, I know what he's going out into. So I know that if he can't deal with me fucking with him, you ain't gonna be able to deal with this world. And that's why if I keep fucking with him, bullying him, I love him. But I know if he could deal with me, when he get out there in that world, he's just gonna be like, you ain't no worse than my daddy.
But you know what? There's another part where all of us don't react the same way to certain things. Yes. Because like you say, you say bullying or just trying to toughen them up a certain way. Okay, you bullying them. Some you take another kid and do that to him, he may not. Another kid is just he might not react the same way. He might actually have low self-esteem going out the door and then getting beat down by the kids.
But that's why you gotta. But see, that's where, and I guess you gotta build your kid's self-esteem. Yeah. Now, I may bully him and do stuff to him, trip him, and watch him and be like, life's a bitch,
Yeah.
But the thing is I'm also there to build his self. He knows I love him. But the thing is you gotta build your kid's self-esteem. Other people have underlying issues and certain stuff, and okay, then you make a switch. But it's your job to raise your kids.
Yeah.
It's your job to build him and teach him the way that you to survive, because it ain't easy out here. Shit hard. Shit suck. Which you would say I'm sensitive for saying that shit.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, he playing. But
because you were talking from a father's point of view.
But I don't feel like I don't feel like with my father, it was more of from a I guess sensitive look at from him telling me this stuff. It was more him just like, be hard. Iron sharpens iron. That it wasn't more of a like, hey, I know you're gonna go through this shit because I done went through shit. I know you're gonna deal with certain stuff that I dealt with, but like, just know, hey, you're gonna get through it. It was more like, nigga, suck it up, get over it.
But see, that's the difference. It wasn't. Our generation was the woman supposed to do that, not the man. You know what I'm saying? So the woman was more sensitive. But nowadays, a woman might be as hard as a nail. You'll never know.
Roles have been reversed.
Yeah. So
I say.
Yeah, because you think about it nowadays. I don't see nothing wrong with a man cooking and cleaning the house, and I don't see the difference between a woman going to work every day. it's still people out there mad because the woman might bring in more money than the man.
Who give a shit? As long as we survive.
I'm saying, if my wife want to make way more money than me, please,
Have at
okay, I will stay at home
I
and
think
clean
it
up the
takes two
house.
incomes to survive.
In this day and age.
Happily, because I can go get 2-3 jobs. I ain't never gonna be there. Then what?
So, but social media make you think that.
You know what I think, too?
We all doing good.
I think what I feel we
yeah,
getting to.
yeah.
I think what we getting to.
All you have to do is go to work every day for 9 to 5, and you can have $1,000 on your arm. You know, lay it up there.
That prop money.
Lay it up there.
Your rent money. Everybody always do that right around like 31st, and I just be looking. I'll be like, you better get that money over there. Like, that's why you doing the spread. But I think too. I think the difference is I think we have with social media. I think we have a platform that like y'all just didn't have. We have the ability to. Well, I mean, y'all ain't had. I mean, what was you gonna do? Pull out a page in the newspaper and be like, "Damn, Craig a bitch." No, that way, we have that platform that's instant and it's out to the world all the time.
I'm glad it wasn't there.
No, man. Oh my God.
No, I'm glad.
But I think that's the issue. I think that's the difference. And then too, like I said in a future episode when we get into music, I think it's the same thing as we have the ability to put out more bad because it isn't controlled. So all the bad is just out there.
But here's the other thing. Because of social media and some of the politics that's going on, it's also being reinforced, right? Because everybody, whoever it is trying to be on the right side of the masses, right? If this side is feeling sensitive, this politician or whoever is trying to also be on that side. Not to say that they truly believe that, but they're trying to reinforce the behavior. Hey, wait a minute.
The politicians is y'all age. We ain't really politicians yet.
Oh shit!
That's y'all.
Well, no, they're
No, I'm saying there's a few, but I'm just saying that's y'all. Because the thing is I see more when I look at some of the politicians around my age. Once we stand up, we stand the ground is stand.
Right.
I'm gonna stand what I believe on. But there's a lot of them, they switch up.
Right.
So stand on what your belief is all the time.
Well, I use that as an example, but
I'm just talking about the way of life too. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna switch up because I hurt somebody's feelings on nothing. Like I don't care. I'm gonna tell you what I said, and that's what I said. I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, okay, you hurt. Well, now I'm gonna come over here and be like, no, this is what I said.
Ray.
Yeah, call that. This is what I said. This is what I believe. Whether if you like it or not, that's on you. Bounce.
Yeah.
And that's just, but that's me. I can agree. There's other people, maybe around my age, my generation, that's not like that. They'll switch up and, oh, well, I guess I gotta be nice to this dude. I don't give a shit. Cry to your mama. Don't cry to me. Like, I don't care. So I think more of, too, like you were saying, nobody stands their ground no more. Nobody is really hard stone in their beliefs.
Mm-mm. And you do have, there's billions of people in the world, so you're gonna have a certain amount of people, a large number of people that is reinforcing the sensitive behavior. Oh, it's okay, pat them on the back. But then you'll also have a large number on this side. It's like, oh no, that's how you gonna survive? I didn't grow up like that. This world is cruel. So if you're gonna be like that, you ain't gonna survive. And you could debate it all day, and some people make it, some people don't. But this topic is being debated all the time.
Yeah, never ending.
Never ending.
Never ending.
So
sensitive.
Why are you so sensitive?
You sensitive.
You gonna cry now?
You worried about me being sensitive. That make
No,
you
I'm
sensitive.
not. No, I'm not.
It's the underlying sensitivity.
He just
Why
be
you
crying
worried
for no
about me?
reason.
Why you worried about me? Stop worrying about me.
I'm
Oh,
not worried
sensitive
about
ass.
you. Y'all bears out there running around biting on people?
The last time a bear bit somebody.
Probably yesterday. Didn't you bite somebody?
I'm gonna look this up too. This probably is. Keep on with it. All right, watch. He gonna be real mad. I ain't biting nobody yesterday.
Oh, he's sensitive.
that's funny.
Yeah. Well, any closing arguments from y'all?
No, I think we covered it. I think we covered it.
We'll probably come back to this some point in time. Y'all will get older and more sensitive.
Anyway,
All right, Papa Bear. Let's.
All right, GNC Carlton. Predator.
oh, the dancing bear mad. Dance bear.
I can't stand it. Well, stop being fucking sensitive. This part of the Fade podcast.
Coach Smith.
D.
We out.